Today I'm going to show you how to EQ your Roswell pickups and your Harley Benton Fusion guitar. If you're following my YouTube channel, you may know that I am a big fan of these guitars, the Harley Benton Fusion guitars, especially this model with the two humbuckers, Floyd Rose 1000 series tremolo, ebony fretboard, but I own all the other models too. And I got a lot of questions about these guitars, especially about some parts which seem to be quite controversial, and these are the pickups. These guitars, they come with Roswell pickups, and I said in many videos before my opinion about these pickups. They're very versatile. They can deliver great clean and crunch tones. They are quite unique sounding in my opinion compared to other maybe famous pickups, like for example the Zero Duncan SH4 humbucker, or the DiMarzio Tone Zone, or the EMGs. These pickups have way more highs and way less mids. So that said, they have a little bit less output than the other mentioned pickups. But what I personally did, instead of swapping these pickups or changing them to other models, I'm using these pickups and I adjusted my setup. And of course I'm more or less a high gain player. So today I would like to show you what I do to make these pickups work in a high gain scenario. For that purpose I'm using my FM9 Fractal Audio. The editor is here. And here in the amp block you have an input EQ. Let me get rid of the delay and the enhancer, which is creating the stereo. And so this is a Hotone Ampero. It's more or less a sound which I would use when playing live at loud volumes. And I'm using a tone match which I did with this unit, not with this unit, but with the Fractal Audio AxeFx III, and then I imported the tone match, the resulting IR, to the FM9. So in other words, you will get my exact tones if you purchase one of my preset packs. Of course, for the Fractal Audio FM9, for the AxeFx, you will get these tones, but also for all your other favorite modeling units, I offer preset packs with similar tones, because my tone is more or less similar on all of these units. And if you would like to get my preset packs, please contact me on Facebook or Instagram. Links are in the description below. So back to the topic. Here we have the high gain preset, and as I'm using my my own IR as a result of the tone match block, I didn't EQ anything here, and also in the output EQ it's all flat. But in the input EQ, that is the section. It's basically the EQ that affects the signal that goes into the amp. And so it's a signal that's coming straight out of your guitar, in my case. As I'm not using any kind of, well, stomp box in front of the amp. As you can see here, they're all deactivated, except the input, but that is only a gate. And yeah. So first thing is I'm cutting the lows around 200 Hertz. It doesn't make, doesn't affect the overall tone. It just removes the flubbiness. Especially the neck pickup can get a little bit flubby playing with a lot of gain. And you can also raise it a little bit more if you found your sound having too much bass frequencies, not too much bass frequencies, too much flubby. I recommend keeping an eye on the neck pickup. So it sounds nice to me. Also, what I did, I set the pickups a little bit lower than they are usually set in these guitars, so it's about maybe 0.5 millimeters below the strings. And in addition, I'm raising some of the lower frequencies here in a more narrow bandwidth, which is the 153 Hertz, because I found that to be a little bit lacking in the Roswell pickups. I like the bass lower mids of, for example, the DiMarzio tone zone. So if you would like to get closer to the tone zone, I would recommend raise these frequencies. And as you can hear, it doesnn't get floppy if you raise these frequencies. By the way, I made another video where I was explaining in detail which frequencies I would raise to simulate certain pickups. So that sounds nice to me. And the other thing is I'm cutting off the highs around 2K, because some people find these pickups to sound harsh, and that is good for crunch tones, for clean tones also, but for high gain tones it can cause feedback issues, and so I tend to cut the highs. And that is also what the famous Tube Screamer is doing. It's basically cutting highs and lows. And as you can see here, I'm using also a mid boost. If I disengage this, it will result in a less gain heavy tone. And here you can more clearly that the signal coming from the guitar has a very, very nice balanced frequency range now. So if you're not familiar with the Fractal audio products, you have in the preamp section here built-in boost section where you could choose some of the boosts which you will find in the boost and the OD block. So in other words, you don't have to sacrifice one slot for an OD if you would like just to use just a simple Tube Screamer or mid boost in my case. So that is basically what I do. And let me show you some other things here. So in stereo, that is the enhancer widener effect that comes with my presets. I like to play in stereo when playing at home. For live music, I will disengage that. Also, you have a nice phaser here in front of the amp, which I like to use more or less, not so much for leads, but just for arpeggios. Create a nice, wall of chords. And let's see if we have another amp model here. Well, there's Plexi. Which is used in another scene, I guess. Here you can see I did another didn't actually engage the input EQ, but we can do this. So let's apply our setting was around 150 hertz, a little bit more bandwidth. And yeah, here the boost is not engaged. But a nice crunch tone. But as I said, for cleans and crunch tones, EQing the signal is not that important in my opinion, because then you don't run into feedback issues, and sometimes the higher frequencies here, for example, they're helping get a wider tone. But with the high gain tones, I'd recommend to use an EQ. Let's see. As you can see here, the high cut is applied, but it's not shown in the graphics, so maybe there's a bug in the editor. So these are my settings for the Roswell pickups, and I'd recommend to try these out, of course, and also before you start installing different pickups, I recommend to play around with the parametric EQ in front of your amp, because it's way more versatile, and yeah, you can get different results just with the same pickup guitar combination, and also, of course, it's way less expensive than just buying higher brand pickups, swapping them out. And usually you don't have to do that much. Low cut, high cut is in most cases enough. Of course, maybe if you have the ability to boost a certain region, and it's also very helpful. But other than that, well, this is only a simple, maybe one band parametric EQ plus low and high cut, and then you're done. So yeah, I hope this helps you. If you got any questions left, please feel free to post them in the comment section. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. See ya.